Hello there. This will be Catching New Monster Part 6. There are still some monsters which I haven't caught or evaluated their usefulness yet. I don't know how long it's going to take, but one thing is certain. Since this will be going with the standard rotation from the first boss to the last, and facing one boss only, starting from the weakest one, Eye of the Abyss. This should be a relatively relaxed run, even by the Pioneer standards. Let's see. Well, I've got some interesting options here. Furball is one of the better first picks, since he's fast, he can finish damaged enemies, or most importantly, he can make one enemy useless for 2 turns if Furball is faster than him. The downside of taking him is that his evolution is usually not very good, like it's wasting the evolution slot. But at which point you might pick Aberration Reward, or maybe even the Infinite Syringe instead from the 5th battle. Then we got the what used to be the strongest starter, though a little unwieldy to use sometimes, since you have to rely on stacking slow and then evolving him later to get maximum usefulness out of this Kilimaro. Now I'm no longer sure if he's still the best, since it's harder to find slow synergies. But even then he can still dictate who goes first. 1, 2, maybe more snowballs inflicted, and many enemies that you will care about in the mid or even late game will be slowed down enough for you to go first. Lumi is a bit of a risky pick. It's the worst monster by far, and like you can see how bad his stats are. But this is also a very easy boss, so as long as you don't break the first few fights, you can usually carry Lumi. And if Lumi is your evolution, if Lumi is the starter you selected at the start, you will always see a Beetle offered in from the 5th battle. With other starters there is a small chance that none of the Beetles will show up, which can sometimes be painful if you already invested in some of your starters. I want this run to be relatively quick, so I will go with Furball. Oh, some of the best secondary picks, great stats, 4 damage, in the early games a lot, can run away from poison, can even act first if needed, if there is an empty slot. Ants are good when they are allowed to be good, if enemy is not dealing too much damage at once, but do like Xerododos a little bit more. Ants are probably still slightly stronger, but Xerododos deal better against more dangerous enemies that deal more than 2 damage, and the evolution is also great. I could grab this Lumi, but this Lumi, unless this will get changed in future, but for now wild Lumis do not have this special hidden perk of forcing Beetle to show up from the 5th battle, so this is usually a skip. Vampirism would be nice for my damage dealer, but I am not getting meat back, so for me to spend the food that I will not get back on a monster, and that monster would have to be extraordinarily good, and this 4-3 body is not, even if I could fix his stats with this metabolism shift, so I'm forced to take this fight. I think I have neither of these monsters caught, so that's another reason to go there. Yeah, I don't have Kai. I don't have Tapamir, and I don't have whatever that thing is. The fight itself is trivial. Huh. This is surprisingly annoying talent if I were to catch him. I might have to skip, since I can deal 2 instances of damage that would kill him, but I cannot reduce his health to 1 health, or otherwise he will heal back to full. That's... well, I could, but I would be taking damage for free, and that's not something I would want to do. Oh, healing move. So this is a meat. Oh, I think I will need to skip on this Tapamir, since I'm not getting a berry back. Yeah, let's go with this thing. Maybe I can catch him if I play it slow and weaken his strength. Carrying this two. This one won't contribute much in the early game, so my deck would need to be quite strong for me to carry him to the boss, even if it's a boss as simple as DI. Yeah, probably best to skip this Kai. Although, maybe I could use him too. Maybe I could test how his talent works when it's on my side on the board. Maybe that's a good idea. I can run away from this poison, yes, with this... Oh, that's why I didn't want to do it, because I will be taking 3 damage from this guy. Revenge swap to be faster next turn. Looks like I'll be taking damage here no matter what. I think he has increased both speed and health, so that's interesting to hear him have so many mutations. Oh, so how do I do this? Oh, I just realized that I goofed. I should have hit him twice for 2. But I guess I would just slay him instead and catch him some other time. I'll catch this scorpion instead. Running away from poison. Oh, wait a second. If I do that, I won't be able to catch him either. Oh. Oh well. I guess I will have to take this to this poison and catch him next turn. Unfortunate. Ants would have been better in this fight, but you couldn't tell what fight would be next. Yeah. Oh well. Taking more damage than needed just to capture a monster I probably won't care about much later. Yeah. Well, I will get something here or use this egg for healing if I need to. Oh, here I am getting a heal. New monster. This is a 5 damage against slower enemies, which could be a lot in the early game. This could be a healer, but I am once again not getting berry back, so probably not. Here I am getting fish. I have no synergies with this guy, I am not gaining any armor at the moment. Oh, that's what I like to see. A healing monster. Oh, and more tankiness. Oh, that's a cute synergy. He could trigger his Crippling Disease the moment he is played, so that opposing monster would have strength lower by 2 on the first turn. And he also has a bonus attack. But I can only catch one fish related monster and still have fish for the next fight. Oh, this could be a lot of extra damage, especially because of that bonus speed. I guess I would disable him with Bleeding Phase if I draw my guy. Something to invert. Maybe I could make one of my Xerododos faster, but then this guy will no longer be useful. Oh, no, 4 fish monsters. No, that's not something you see every day. I could make this guy faster, but would that even matter? Probably not, so this inversion will be wasted. I do like this scale, especially versus this boss, since he can be easily walled and never dealing any damage. Maybe this guy is a bait and I should catch this one, which is not something I would normally do, but I only can use one fish. And this guy could make use of better stats so that he could act first. And I have bodies to swap that guy with. Yeah, that an unusual line of play that makes sense. Now that's not something I would like to see. Most of the time he would select the Venom move, but he selects his mutated move instead. Which means that I will be forced to use this Bleeding Phase here rather than here. Taking 3 damage. So I can deal 3 damage here and finish him next turn with him. Then he will probably switch to Venom and I can run away from it. I'm still taking 1 damage here and 1 damage here, which is not great. How do I want to spread damage in my team? This was Inversion, so I might want to give full health to him. Guess I can do it like this. Well, not something you see every day. Looks like I will be using this getaway anyway, just because I cannot use Flock attack followed by a 1 damage attack. So I need to hit him twice for 2 if I want to catch him, which I do. Now I am faster, I can kill him before he hits me for a lot. Okay. Yeah, the move he normally would select most of the time, 75% of the time. Okay, so how do I want to do this? This guy can self-heal, but his speed is terrible. Maybe there is some argument of moving this disease hunter here. Maybe. Oh no, that works in my favor. Since they have the same speed, I only lose one here. Yeah, that works. It doesn't matter. I have two of the same at the same amount of health. This might be one of the best Jellymins I've seen so far. Now he's slower. He would be slower than one of my Xerododos. I would like to heal him somehow. I don't think I can do it. Maybe like this. And 3 damage next turn. This will still heal even when there are no targets left, I imagine. Yeah, so that worked decently. Okay, so one of my Xerododos. Maybe there is some argument of... it's only 4 health. I don't know if I want to invest into this thing. Probably be able to heal him at some point. This one has enough to tank a 3 damage attack and probably die before he goes down. Hit the enemy before he goes down. A 10 damage attack which I could easily enable, but it's probably not worth it. Flurry, Vampirism. That's what I like to see. Though I am not getting a fish back. But it's almost the best fish target I could find at this stage in the game. There's also this new monster. I do have a lot of berries. Can I can disable him with this Jellymin. Here I could find more items that would let me tank. This would let me catch anything. My strength scaling is not high at the moment, but it will be high if decent enough if I evolve one of my Xerododos. Bad food, good monster. This is probably the fight I am supposed to take. I can catch one fish. Could maybe catch this guy as a temporary meat body that I would have no problem sacrificing later, since I have spare berries, so one berry would go here. No, usually I ignore this talent. The fume sniffer requires too many pieces. Well, maybe in this meta, which has more poison in it, maybe it would make sense. Forgotten Laboratory would help me deal with some potentially very annoying enemies later, which might be difficult either to kill or to catch. Two items. Ah, it will also be at full health. How would I deal with this fight? 2-2. Ah, it's just trading some health here and there. None of these would be useful later unless I can combine him with the with the trench crawler, which might happen later, or with the other version of Power Pit. Yeah, this would be ideal if I were to go for this Power Pit. And I could catch him easily with this Forgotten Laboratory, but there is no guarantee that I will find one. So this investment might not pay off. Whereas this just requires tiny bit of strength and you basically steamroll everything. Yeah, even though I'm not getting the right food, I probably should go with this. Have good matchup with my getaway here. Yeah, I will probably be able to kill the eye no matter what I do. I actually forgot about the egg, but I got one of the best things I could find there. Cowardly is more like a curse, but pushback is one of the premium moves. If you put it on something fast, it works against almost everything. So if you are faster, you can deny enemy their turn, and it even works if the enemy has fortitude. One of the few enemies against pushback doesn't work is Colossus, because, well, it's a bit of a hidden interaction, and it makes sense when you look at him. There are no lanes under the Colossus because it's so big. So it makes sense that you cannot push him back. It would be hilarious if you could do that, but there are other ways to deal with the Colossus. Here I can kill him with 2-3 damage attacks, so that's something I will always do. I drew my terrible Dodo, so this is an... For me to deal 3 damage, I would need to play 2 monsters only, since they all have one danger level. Unless I could let this... Oh, letting Xerododo die. No, maybe it would make sense. I let this guy die. Just to block attack that would have gone here otherwise. No, I think the better way to do this is to sacrifice. I do want to catch him. Yeah, it's one of those situations when it would be so much easier if you were just to focus on killing the enemy rather than capturing it. I think this was better, yeah. I have such a clean kill on him if I leave one slot empty. Oh, this goes here no matter what. When I am not making progress here. I do want to kill him in the next turn, so maybe I survive here. I leave this lane empty, I hit here for 3 and I hit here for 3, yeah, that works. Oh, never mind, this is flurry. So I need to... Flurry would finish off him and hit this guy next. Maybe I just set up those 2 captures and sacrifice these 2. It's probably the most efficient option. My deck grew in size already and has monsters I care about drawing, so sacrificing these 2 dodos fits with my goal. Now that my lane is empty... Oh, I need to do it like this. I survived this hit. This is a suicide attack to leave him at 1 and allow me to catch him. Same here. See, I could just switch to this and kill him before he can move, because there is an empty slot and they are all have attack priority active. So they attacked first unless the enemy has also attack priority, in which case the one with higher speed goes first. Yeah, this move makes most sense when I am aiming to catch him rather than kill him. Normally I would probably kill him in this situation, though this attack might be interesting to use with some on-death synergies later, if I find any. But for now, let's focus on Pokédex, Bestiary and catching these 2. I don't like that he stayed undamaged, but looks like I will be able to disable him, so... if I draw Jellymin, or I can just push him back or lower his strength further with this guy, so that works. Here it's just get away, running away from poison. Here it's bleeding phase. Here it's 4 damage. Now I can finish. Jellymin would have been slower anyway, 2 speed is nothing. Salamander is also slow. Oh, I can heal this guy. I almost missed it. Let's see, more scales? No scales. More speed could be useful. Ah, I am almost able to tank most of the damage incoming from the boss. I could try going for the infamous spiky scale build, although I have no armor or synergies at the moment, so that's probably not gonna happen. Phantom Matter is nice. Toxic Thorns would be quite a way to finish the run. I could load scales on a tanky monster, probably remove Toxic Thorns and move those scales to the same tanky monster and watch the enemy boss or other enemies, or probably just the boss, killing themselves with this. Since this inflicts poison, maybe it could be combined with Disease Hunter. So I could keep stacking Swiftness, but I have no payoff for Swiftness, so I'm not sure if that's gonna work. I would like to get a fish back. I'm not getting a fish back here, so I think I will need to skip this fight. I do have a berry. I have a lot of berries. I could catch a meat monster, and this guy has... I do have... I don't deal enough poison to enable his haste. This is only one poison. It's like half poison of what Quetzi is inflicting. Yeah, half. Venom spray applies 2 poison, and it would have been optimal for this Noxious Fury. I could catch this Feyardam in case I never find a better ways to sleep enemies, and Sleeping Spore has synergies with anything that deals damage. Flurry alone is 3 hits, so that's 3 triggers. At 6 triggers, enemy goes to sleep. In which case I would be skipping on this Aspiceros. Oh, I have 3 berries, so I guess I will be catching this too. Could catch this guy for stats. Could heal someone to full, probably Aspiceros or this Gigapod. With this event reward. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. I will still have 1 food each for the next fight. 2 healthy dodos. 1 will probably evolve. Somehow I need to carry these 2 to the end, which might be challenging depending on the draw order. Excellent, I drew the best counter to these 2 guys, since Marafu is faster than Aspiceros and Gumursa. Pushback can deny them their turn. But that means that the Gigapod would enter next. I'm not sure if I'm fine with it at the moment, so maybe I will focus on killing first. How much damage I can do here? I can disable his attack with Pleading Face. Yeah, I probably should soften them up with this pushback, so that I could be able to finish them off easily. I'm not sure if how I will deal with this guy. Spotted Gigapod, but I do have a decent tools to absorb his hits and deal damage. Xeradodo can absorb his attack. Yeah. This is... There is some argument to be made that as long as this guy stays alive. Warden will make catching and dealing with Feyarden much more difficult. I can wait a little bit. There's a chance he will waste his turns on his turn on the shell growth next or the turn after. Here I could apply poison. It's probably what I should do. And he will be weakened. I could apply this toxic star elsewhere, but it wouldn't matter at the moment. Could this be too much? 4? He will be down to... He's about to have 7. 4. That would kill him. So am I forced to use scale charge? I could go with this Scorpion maybe instead. Or just kill him. Four. 7. Looks like I should have applied this toxic star elsewhere. Maybe something like this. Here I am taking 1. Yeah, that's probably better. I can use Pleading Face in a later turn. Here I can only hit him for 1. Or I can push him back, denying him his turn. I would need to find 1 damage somewhere. The Sweet Berry should still work at 2 health. He will be down to 1. If I push him back, Warden is no longer here, so I want to hit for... This is probably better. 4 damage here, and then I only need 2. Next turn, something very slow comes in. For some reason Sleeping Spores triggers even when the damage dealt is at 0. Not all talents work like this. Might be an oversight. Here I could probably leave one lane empty to make full use of this Xerododo. So if I want to catch him, need to hit him for 3. Guess this will have to wait. Need an empty slot. 0 damage from here. Efficient sacrifice, 1 health to enable me to catch this guy. Gomorsa will be here. Spitzeros will be there. Oh, it's not. I can catch him with Jellymin. There is... I think I have 50... I have 50% chance of drawing, but that means tanking this attack or wait. I could also wait until he gets his shell regrowth. Maybe I pass on him. It would be easier. 3 damage kills him. I could deal 4 damage here. So he will be down to 1. Last pushback. Now I need to play a danger level 1 monster, so that's him. This Scorp. See, this is one of the reasons I really don't like the stat lines like these, like 4-3 on the... Normally I wouldn't even bother catching this thing, this is just for the Bestiary. This guy happened to have an extra speed from the mutation and now I can't do the optimal play. I could use Kofa beams, but you know, maybe I just absorb this hit and have him left at 2 health. Yeah, that's probably... I can heal him next turn, so he will be at 3. Here I'm taking 3 and I'm setting this guy to be captured. finish this. They revive someone? Not really. Similar to the what's his name? Similar to Bullweevil, because he has speed related talent. He is paying, as I like to call it, a stat tax. So his speed is lower to balance the fact that he's a speed related talent, and it seems to be the same case with this monster. That's why he starts with this awful 3 speed. I mean, some of the synergies are there, like you could have Quetzi, you could have someone who enters, no, like this guy, enter, poison someone and he gets 2 bonus speed with his talent, but this is just so... it requires too much investment and the payoff is usually not there. I would need to have like... was it this guy? I would need to have fast predator to something along those lines to even consider moving this low level talent. And if you don't draw your poison monsters, you are stuck with this poor stat line. I can heal someone. Oh, this was supposed to go to my spotted gigapod. Could move pushback first. Oh. I don't know if I want to have pushback on any of these monsters until Xerododo evolves. Full health. There's Golden Beetle, that's perfect. Infinite Syringe, which I don't care about in this run, and usually in general. My food situation is great. Oh, I will also get another scale from the evolved Xerododo's ability. So that will wall the boss nicely. Fish. I am not getting fish back. I could combine this Shaking Screech with this, and most enemies will quickly go to sleep, or with this, using these two in the same turn. It's nice stats. I wouldn't get fish back for catching him. 6, 7. Someone I want to remove. Marafu can take care of this guy. At this point I would remove the Scorpion, but I would like to carry him to the end. Maybe I should move this Crippling Disease to the Scorpion. He could keep applying poison. An enemy that's weak enough would have strength reduced possibly to 0. And then heal back, but most enemies would die before that would happen, so that's not gonna work. This requiring 2 poison is so surprisingly awkward if you don't have Quetzy or the poison back item. I guess if you expect that some of your monsters will be like applying poison to all enemies and you place with their attacks, and then you place this guy in the 2nd or 3rd slot, you would be able to select this move and it will be allowed to be executed because the enemy will then have poison, will be hit by 10. Probably should move this flurry. Then I would cut him. He can absorb some of these attacks. Can absorb these 2. Down a fish. I could ignore this guy and just focus on the Bestiary instead. I have the tools to win the run, and it's just the eye, so it shouldn't matter too much. He would be a great target. I could probably remove one of his talent or his narcotic scale or both. Flurry would be moved to my evolved Xerododo. Right now I have nothing that could negate negative lowered strength, so I wouldn't be able to win with just tanking alone, although I could possibly just apply 1 poison each turn when playing this Jellymin from hand. It would take a long time to win this way. Pushback against the eye would be very useful. Yeah, I would probably move pushback to... Well, I don't need to move it yet. Can decide later. I can make a good play or just improve my Bestiary. Not enough fish to catch both of them. There are some potentially interesting fish targets I could find next fight, like like this Black Mermaid, especially the Sleep Trap variant, that would allow me to easily deal with the eye, but I guess I have to push back for it in case he decides to buff himself. Yeah, this shouldn't be much of a problem. Spamming status moves. Taking him would weaken my deck. Taking this guy would strengthen it. On Enso, on Xenosaur, this whatever that thing is. No death synergies yet, so this Bloatfly is not very useful at the moment. Let's see. Last stand is 3 strength. Yeah, 3. So maybe put flurry elsewhere, or just leave it as it is. Then it would be 12 damage attack. Very close to killing one of the boss minions. Just one more point of strength from somewhere. If I use landing first, then I am allowing the enemy to attack me, but then I will be much better off right after. This also counteracts the negative attack, the weakness the boss minions are applying. Either way we are going in. Okay, here I am getting a freebie. I guess he will power up his attack that way, so maybe that's not actually a freebie and I should probably hurry and either get rid of him or catch him. And he's relatively fast too. Could deal him 4 poison damage now, so that would leave him open. Oh, this throw is terrible. Yeah, 2 monsters I am supposed to carry to the end. It's exactly why I don't like big decks. This was the stuff I was supposed to draw. If I use landing, I can kill this mid-grazer next turn, so that's very appealing, and here I am getting a freebie. If I heal my Xerododo, I can survive this attack. No one who can survive this attack unless I sacrifice this Jellymin, which is not ideal. Then again, if you were going for a big deck, you wouldn't be catching probably these 2 monsters, since their stats are low. Though one of the Bloatfly variants, the one that heals, I guess that could be useful. Flurry. Let's see. next turn I have 4 speed. Oh, that's not gonna be great. But it's still faster than this meat grazer. This can revive, but the order is not good. Oh, I could revive this Xerdodo, maybe. That would be worth something. If I heal this Jellymin with a berry. This looks like a fight I'll be using this Koffa Bean. That would solve a lot of issues. Yeah, I will need to do this landing play either way and prepare sweeping. Am I not carrying the Bloatfly to the end? Because the fight didn't let me do it. See how good drawing these two would have been, especially Marafu. He would push him back. But the deck will be streamlined heavily after this fight. One weird play I could make is playing this Jellymins. The poison will be applied. Could move this Crippling Disease. Give it to someone else. Crippling Disease will be active. The opposing enemy will be weakened. Leaving an empty lane. Reviving. If only he had the same speed as these guys. He could probably do the scam play. Wrong speed. Healing Xeradodo. Then do I retreat? Maybe I was supposed to cut this furball before this fight to improve the quality of my draws. And looks like he won't have much to do in this fight. Yeah, that was the better play. Okay, so if next turn I have 4 speed, 7 with beans, he will have 5, so I want some damage here. Then the rest will go here and kill him. My Jellymin needs to be sacrificed, unfortunately. The investment that didn't pay off. But it was just one event, so it's not a big deal. The rest was the mutation he started with. Oh. Using food to heal to counter bad draws doesn't feel great. I might be forced to... Yeah, this is my best option, unfortunately. I'm getting berries. So who is getting poisoned? He will deal 15, so 5, 10 here. Is that right? Yeah, this attack will be wasted either way. Two not very useful monsters. Oh. Oh, there was a better play. Oh, I missed it. I could have make use of the disease hunter. He could have at the same speed as this guy. So he would hit first. He would have hit first. He would be down to 0. Then he would have healed back. Yeah, that was. Oh, I totally missed it. Didn't think about playing these two. So for that error I need to play Jellymin now. I probably would have needed to let him die here, otherwise I have no good way of dealing with this 5 damage attack. Maybe I don't run away? What do I draw next? I do have a tier 1 monster, so I'll be able to enable flock attack. They all remain on the board. No, I do need to retreat him. Though if he's at 1 health, I could revive him with this fly. Okay, I think on my draws, let me deal with this. Team tactics could be problematic for my marathon. The numbers here are not accurate. It's supposed to increase by 1, but increased by 2. Oh. This is... well, I guess I'm not using coffee beans unless in a later turn. A little rough. It will be much easier after this fight. I'm surviving 2 damage attack. These 2 die. Bleeding phase. This goes down to 2. Then this 2 will finally be able to do something. No, I will have an empty lane, so I should take advantage of it. I could let him die, that would be probably... or do it later. Him being at 4 health would matter. So poison, then he gets 2 speed. Still not enough. It might matter later. No, I need to have him at 4 health to tank this attack. Those two die. If I kill him... probably should. I can't get the speed to the amount I need, so I should heal. If I draw him, maybe the poison is better, but that's just 1 in 3 that I will draw him and finish. So I guess a sacrifice will work better in the long term. Those two die. This guy will be finished by my fly. Anything I missed? These two die first. 2, 2. He will finish him off. If I do use Snappy Dart, if I'm allowed to poison someone again, I could match speed of this guy. So he would be able to trade efficiently with this, or trade forever with this Somersault. A surprisingly tough fight. At least I got a freebie here. That's kind of sweet. Now I could also kill this guy easily. By having too much damage. Bloatfly kills here. Guess I'm not catching him after all. Oh well. Oh well. No new tames, but I managed to keep my fish. Yeah, now everything is super simple. Can even do some fun with ever growing and tanking at the same time. What else I can do? Spiky scales. Oh, regeneration. Regeneration and spiky scales. Can I... My sources of scales are not very high. Ooh, that would be the payoff for all that speed stacking. I did manage to keep my coffee bean after all. This would have been possible with the porpit, so there could have been a porpit play. This would allow me to kill one of the eye minions on the first turn, this glowing substance. I probably do want these sleeping spores just to give me a way to, other than pushback, to cancel the boss attack. Oh yeah, another thing that I could have done in the previous fight was extracting pushback and giving it to the monster I would have drawn. So removing fireball and putting pushback in a syringe would have improved the quality of the previous fight, most likely. Since this Marafu, his stats are letting him down, now I can make use of him again, since Warcry makes my monsters faster regardless of their stats. But that's not something I had access to in the previous fight. And even if as long as my deck is bigger than 5 cards, there is no guarantee I would draw these two now. Pushback would deal with this Great Shell easily. I could counter the loss of strength against one of the boss minions. But I don't think it would matter all that much. Like, I can push back the eye on the first turn, kill one of the minions on either side at the same time. Then on the second turn I can push back the eye again and finish off the second boss minion. Which would mean that my first turn would probably be something like Last Stand, pushback glowing substance. I could maybe... oh, this is a very late absorb, probably too ambitious. Well, these guys are these two are fast. I have a very clean kill against these two with my Xerogriffin. Yeah, I need to cut this guy anyway. Probably want to extract those spores since I have no sleep yet, but I do have pushback, so that might be redundant. More multi-hits. Yeah, this run had a lot of multi-hitting moves. Regeneration. Ever-growing. Oh, here I don't have a clean kill. This This would be a trickier fight. A lot of these monsters have surprisingly high stats. Even these 3 stars have bonus. All these 3 have bonus stats. New monsters. I have 1 fish. There's always a mutated fish here as one of the 2 options, so I would still have a fish remaining. My final deck would have Xerogriffin, these 2 for the Bestiary, this guy, so that's 4, and maybe 1 more guy, and 1 more guy for sure. Pushback against one of them. Maybe I will get a free turn somewhere. Ooh, regeneration would make catching him only doable with the Luminoscorpius poison, since poison triggers after regeneration. And I would rather not play to my odds catching something unless I have spare food remaining, or that's my only option available. Much easier fight. Maybe I will find some missing strength here. Oh, I could do a very cute combo of this Great Shell and Carcoplet, so I could move the shell to the shell. He could use Overpower on the first turn, hit the enemy for 7, and then he would go to sleep, so that he would also receive the protection buff and reduce all the incoming damage to 1 only from the next source of damage. I could even Peer Learning and Last Stand is a very strong combo. That would be also more strength. So Peer Learning would probably go to my Flare user. Probably not this guy. I do have Berry for this Cogniview. So am I catching these 3? Great Shell goes to sleep, gets protection. Another monster. Oh, the Peer Learning user would also go to sleep, so that wouldn't be good. So I would need to select a different attack or not do this display, or just rely on the enemy hitting me with his Blight attack. That would also trigger the Impregnable Shell talent. I can also trigger it with my own debuffs from my own moves or items, but I have no moves like that right now. Unless I move Bolt Grab too. Usually I need to have a very good reason to move both of these talents. His body is slightly lacking though. With the Last Stand applied. Oh, the Dizzy would also activate it, yeah. the no retreat debuff. What else I can do here? So who gets pushback? Probably Xerogriffin, but he will be busy dealing with these two. Gigapod? Gigapod is faster than these two. I'm not sure if I want Gigapod in my final party. I mean, it would be good enough. No, slower than the eye, unless... Oh, it wouldn't be slower than the eye since I have Workai. Never mind. He is good enough. What am I talking about? Oh. There's some anti-synergy between having these two, so maybe I should just abandon the sleeping spore idea. Like, I will have so much strength that this sleeping spores is probably pointless. Yeah. Remember to play Xerogriffin last because of the Warcry. Do I want this great shield? Oh, ever-growing would have also worked with peer learning. Yes, I guess I do. Catching him would probably be slightly too annoying, so I guess I will not do that. Might be better to tank one of the hits just to have the buff applied. But then catching anything might become a little tricky. Let's see. 2 pushbacks lets me catch Cogniville. He will be at... this great shield will be at 8 health. We will need to hit him for 7. Or at least for 6, and maybe use 2 foods on him. So maybe the order is different. With pushback I could catch him. Last stand here. Oh, last stand is 4 here. So 1-4 goes here. Oh, he would be down to 2. Maybe I should just kill him instead. The setup I have, I probably don't need these. I mean, it would be fun with the peer learning, but... to be careful to not have too much damage to make him too hard to catch, then I could do 3 pushbacks. 3 pushbacks here. Oh. This guy will have 8. How about playing these instead? Oh, he can trade with this guy for ages. Should I take advantage of that? This would let me set up an easy capture here. Oh, fish. I am getting fish back. I have 3 syringes left. Probably leave this one as it is here. So I move peer learning. Probably not move absorb. Could not use last stand. This guy is not dealing damage, but I can play this guy here. Slowly grind him out. Yeah, that probably works. Oh. I should have played him last. Now he will move too fast. I guess I'll go back to the other plan then. So what? Push back here. Kill these two. 2, and I have 3. Two. Oh, never mind. Like this. Oh, getting this. I think I can only get him to 2 at best. Which is not great. Oh. Too many errors. It's 4. No, pushback will kill either way, so... Oh, maybe this works. Wait a second. That's 12 here. So this hits for Am I not allowed to use this move? Four here, then pushback is at 5. This is 7, this is 5. Well, there is some weird situation in which I could even give scale to the enemy if needed. Okay, one last check. This kills this guy. 7. Each of those hits for 4, so 2 hits here, 1 for here. Next turn pushback can remove this guy. Leave him at 1 health. I am not applying any debuffs to enemies, so this guy dies. My guys are faster. Pushback. He's left at 2. Here I am left at 1. Have 1 scale. I'm left at 1. Now they cannot retreat, so that's the double edge of the last stand. If you cannot negate the negative effects, maybe I should have caught the mid-grazer in the previous fight. But he would only be able to suck in all the debuffs and put him on himself. I'm getting this guy next turn. Here I am tanking, this guy dies. Next turn I can start working getting this. Isn't pushback amazing after it was buffed and no longer having negative speed priority? Now you can act first and make the life of the enemy miserable. Pushback again. Sometimes I let him absorb one of my guys, but it can be difficult to set up. Some of the best possible targets is like playing Silver Beetle, and letting him turn the Silver Beetle into something useful, since now it's the same as Silver Beetle. After absorbing talents, you catch him and have a better body with the same talents as the Silver Beetle. And you are not feeling the drain of carrying a 1/1 creature that does usually nothing in combat, similar to Lumi. Okay, what food I'm getting? I'm not getting berries back. There are some... Oh, this is... the way the health is counted is sometimes weird with... I think if he was at... if his max health was at 8, this probably wouldn't be 100%. Well, that makes this very simple. Almost there. Sarin spray. If I was doing poison build, this could be good. And I actually do have a lot of strength with the peer learning and the last stand combo, and even the ever growing. It's just my flurry is better and faster, so all of these are not very good. I will take Giga Sting just to take care of some potentially annoying enemy next fight. And this Abyss Cure cancels the drawback of the peer learning, since peer learning not only copies positive effects received by your team, but also the negative ones. Well, this monster could be... If he selects Bolt, that's a 6 damage, he has speed priority. I would need my own speed priority to act faster. I already have Hive Bearer. I don't have this guy. Oh, there is Absorb too. I could absorb his ever-growing. Oh, I could resurrect someone. Let's see. Oh, I could let one of my guys die. Revive him with the adrenaline shot in combat. I wonder if the same monster that I let die would be also available here. If so, it would effectively let me duplicate one of my monsters without any curses. I don't have weakness synergy, so this doesn't do anything. I could let him absorb one of my guys and then catch him, but well, it wouldn't be too hard since I have pushback. Okay, so I do want this flare removed. Now is the good time to do it. This even if I move this absorb to absorb one of the enemy talents, it will just break even, so I probably won't be interested in that. How is this fight doing for me? This fight is other than this guy, but my Warcry being active would let me deal with him. With his Defiant boost, so these two attacks, whichever attack he selects, it will hit by 2 more. So there is some danger in him being there. Cloning flowers. I could copy this Great Shell. Can move here learning. Maybe I copy him instead since he has pushback. I won't need that many pushbacks. I do want this Abyss Cure moved to my monsters who will be in the middle in the boss fight. 2 pushbacks. Both boss enemy minions won't be able to do anything on the first turn. I will be able to set up with the last stand on my first turn. And then I will be able to flurry them to death. I'm not sure if I even need pushback for it. If I give him peer learning and use last stand, he will get so much strength that this flurry would cut the boss minions in half, so the pushback play wouldn't make sense. There's some world in which I move this last stand to one of them, but there will be but then I will need to spend another turn playing it on the second turn with my other guy. I mean, I guess it works, since this lets me tank so much that they will be doing nothing to me, the boss and his minions. And I could put blue scales on this Xerogryphy. Okay, either way, something I would want to copy here. I just kill these guys. So peer learning is moved. I might not even put this Giga Sting anywhere. Or if I do, it will be just to, I don't know, maybe kill this guy in one shot. There might be some value in doing that. I need 4 damage here, so that's 2 pushbacks. Then this guy comes in. You will have the same speed as my Gigapod. So only Xerogryphin will be able to kill him before he gets to act. So this Giga Sting would go to him. No good target for the absorb, so this guy is removed. I should remove my bird too. Then I can copy my sweeper with peer learning. So who will be my sweeper? It could be the Great Shell. The Great Shell. I still need to probably tank this attack. So 1 pushback here, Giga Sting here. Someone attacks maybe the same speed? Oh, it's not the same speed. How unfortunate. Want this? I have berry. So peer learning grows here. Can they apply debuffs to me? I can wait with putting peer learning. Can I wait with flurry? I'm 1 damage short of one-shotting this guy. So I would need to tank this attack, which is not ideal. Maybe this overpower goes here. When he goes to sleep, this guy is pushed back, this guy comes in. If I don't give him the sting, he can absorb this attack. I'll be probably forced to heal one of my guys. this can wait. Oh, at least the boss finish will be quite oh, looks like I will be removing this guy after this fight. Great copy of Great Shell will take his place. Speed will no longer be relevant. Will I need pushback anymore at this point? How much armor am I going to have? I might move last stand here. Oh, am I not short of... Ooh, I am short of 1 syringe. The price for using it on pushback area. Fear learning, flaring. And this. I wanted to move this last stand, but I think I won't be able to move it to the Great Shell before I copy him. Catch this. Let's see. I'll be careful to not lose this guy. I will probably be forced to use food too. Allow myself to kill this guy. Need a 6 damage attack. Could also maybe do it like... No, I need to do it like this. Push back. I can also use Koffa beans if needed against this guy. I am faster than this guy and the Hive Bearer because of the Swift. I am tanking this damage attack, which does look a little spooky. Maybe I should... I won't need this food in a moment anyway, so in case I make an error. And another push. I should take this opportunity to kill him when he's not using board. So this Giga Sting will be useful after all. Oh, the fly will do something. Finish off the beast. He's down to 1. And I will have 2 monsters carried to the end. Now I load my monster before duplicating him. Peer learning, flurry. The penalty doesn't matter. This event usually gives faint-hearted, sometimes it gives timid, so 2 negative strength. But this is just one. He takes more damage from many hits, from a lot of stuff, especially attacks. But I will have this curse negated with the Abyss Cure, so it doesn't matter. Thank you, Gigapod, for your service. I wanted my team to tank this boss, and the stuff I have lets me do exactly that. It's a pity that I only have 1 copy of the last stand move, but it's more than enough. Oh, there is the annihilation. We saw. I'm not sure if I ever had 2 monsters with the peer learning at once. So I'm now giving scales to Xerogriffin, and the others will get the benefits too. Oh, so peer learning doesn't loop with the other peer learning. That's good to know. I'm about to tank this annihilation. I could do it like this, maybe. So I go first, and then I would get the penalty, and I will cancel the penalty the turn after. Or I could do like I wanted, use the last stand in the middle. Here I take 1 damage. This flurry kills next turn. This flurry kills this turn. Oh well. One will be slightly damaged. Great Shells turned into machines of destruction. Oh, that worked even better than I anticipated. Clean kill here. 0 damage from this calamity. And the fight is over. Oh, I could have swapped these 2, I guess. Way too much time spent in the middle of the run. not as fast as I was hoping for. Pure learning, ever growing, flurry. Let's take a look at the Bestiary. So one was 1 star. I already talked a little about it, but maybe some other variants will make me change my mind about him. What you can do? Oh, so he's either... This is the talent that I've seen. Maybe it has more uses than I originally thought about. There are more speed synergies now. If you picked Quetzi initially, I could see... Maybe this condition is not as hard to meet as I thought. Stats are still horrible. So what other attack you can get? So it's 3 damage total, 2 through poison. It would be useful for catching enemies with regeneration. This snappy dart would also apply poison. Technically you could farm status effects with this snappy dart move, or just keep increasing your own speed on the user if the enemy allow you to. But most enemies would eventually die from all the poison unless they happened to have fortitude, poison cure, or some third poison related talent, or the abyss cure was in the one of the enemies was protected by the abyss cure, similar to the monsters I used in the boss fight. These attacks are not impressive. Maybe the other variant has something more going for it. This one also will have one of those unremarkable moves and has something extra. Let's see. Oh, so that's the reason for stacking all the speed, I see. So if you had like some of the monsters I had, like that spotted gigapod, which could start fight with 7 speed. Disease Hunter could be also a source of more speed. And then you would cash in with all that speed and maybe from other sources and apply as much poison. Well, there might be some uses of it, so you would catch this monster mainly for this move. And then extract this move, or maybe fuse this monster. Either extract this move and remove him, or don't extract but fuse him with something you would intend to keep. And one final move. Oh, the type of synergies that grow over time but rarely deliver. Well, if you can restock the uses of this limited move, like maybe with where is Tusk Gecko? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong tier. let's say you have life drinker, so anytime you kill enemy, you could refresh your limited moves. Or if you had lunar pronghorn, either with reinvigorating or lunar call. There are probably other ways to refresh your limited moves. Then maybe you could slowly increase this poison, like let's say you play normally and catch this guy in the first battle. You use Growing Sting in each upcoming battle, so before boss you would have this move at it would apply 7 poison at minimum if you cared enough to use it every fight. So if you add any other sources that replenish the uses of this move, this could maybe even grow to like, let's say 10, 15, maybe even 20 if you game some of the game system enough. Like one way to force more enemies to spawn would be like when you face Cave Maw and you had the same pushback from Marafu as mine did, so you would use pushback on enemies while leaving the enemy Cave Maw on the field. Pushed enemies would retreat, tentacles would spawn, and you would farm them with this Life Drinker combo. On your Scorpion. I could see this happening, but this doesn't kill by itself. I don't know if if enemy is killed by poison even refresh Life Drinker. If not, then then refreshing that move might be a little harder. I guess I will need to give this variant a bit more try. Maybe there is something that compensates for this terrible stats that make him hard to use. And mine even had a mutated healing move, which he normally doesn't have. And that healing move kept him alive, even though I didn't use it as fully as I could have. So without a way to heal him in a reliable manner, this monster is probably more of a meme at higher difficulties, unless you really commit to this limited moves plan and extract them from him and try to use some monster with better stats and see if that monster can use these moves better. There are some decent poison payoffs, but I am not sure if that's it. Tying it to speed seems probably unlikely to work, more often than not. The other guy I had was like what? That was a Bloatfly, that was a 2-star. Bloatfly. Oh, it doesn't have any variants. Speed is nice, the health leave much to be desired. I guess he's supposed to act as a party healer, and since he always has a 3 damage attack, he can either kill enemies that have low health, 3 or lower, or finish off enemies that were already damaged, like I did in one of the fights. So it's not... for a healer he's not totally... he does have some offensive power, which might matter in the early to mid game. Later you would probably just rely on some of... he has one of these moves. I think I've seen 2 out of these 3. Let's see. Yeah, I had Adrenaline Shot, but I never found a good moment where I could have used it. I probably missed 1 or 2. I am a little concerned that maybe this move might create some bugs. I've seen... I've seen situations where Revenant event return to life a monster which you still had in your party. So with this Adrenaline Shot in a similar way, I think this might cause some issues, since your monster will be on the board. And if it follows the same mechanics as that Resurrect event, I'm not sure if the game would be able to handle 2 instances of the same monster, the same slot. It would probably crash or something. Maybe I'm worrying for nothing. It would be hilarious way to end the run like that. So one of those situations in which you can see a monster that's still in your team in the Revenant event is if there is a speed tie with the enemy and you are using a move that will let your monster evolve, your monster will get down to 0, assuming that attack kills him from the enemy with the same speed. Then your monster will evolve and the card of yours which just reached 0 health will be replaced by a full health evolved version of the same monster. And this qualifies that monster who was briefly at 0 health for the Revenant event. So that's my thinking, that the Adrenaline Shot, I'm not sure if you will be able to handle it, but maybe it would. Maybe I will see if someone else will experience this, if his circumstances will allow him to test this interaction, or maybe I will test it at some point. This probably could end up letting you duplicate monsters with the Revenant event anyway. Oh, we will see. What else? Oh, I haven't seen this move in this run. This booster shot. So with allies is every monster of yours on the battlefield except the user. So 2 of your other monsters that would be left to 1 health, which you could probably arrange in many situations, especially in the early game, would be healed back by 4. And this move can be used once without refreshing it somehow. that's a... I could see this being... the middle move being more useful than the top one. And it doesn't have these restrictions, like the adrenaline shot only works against the monster that just died, that was on the left, on the Bloatfly. This booster shot can be used anywhere on the board, so that makes it more flexible, and flexible usually means good. In games like this. Transfusion. Oh, so this one affects the... this one heals, but only the rightmost guy. Ah, right. Guy on the right. This could be arranged to heal one guy, probably near the end of the fight. So there is like only one or two enemies remaining, and you are using this move to heal back one of your damaged dudes before the next fight. Yeah, those two bottom moves, I think I could see myself using them. He has a decent offensive power, similar to Mimilank, same stats. Basically 2-star minion with 3 health and 6 speed, a move that hits for 3, while Mimilank is more of a... his damage is in 2 initial damage and 1 poison after, but this usually doesn't matter since you copy your possibly better moves that deal more. But if you don't have anything better in the early game, and you might not, Bloatfly has a slightly better attack in most situations, unless you are dealing with an enemy with an regeneration. Oh, Mimilank would also have a... those moves would be great for copying. Maybe this Luminoscorpion. This Kinetoxin would be probably much harder to copy and make use of it, since party-wide speed buffs are harder to come by than giving lots of speed just to a single monster. Maybe Mimilank can do something with this growing Mimilank, and well, any monster that happens to be able to copy your other monsters, like one of these Neuromorphos variants with the hyper simulation. So going back to this Luminoscorpion, so if you manage to farm this growing sting to like 10 or more, and then you copy this move with other guys, and yeah, you might end up with applying lots of poison. Too bad this is still just a single target. It might be. Single target poison is usually only good against like the Colossus. With the eye it's a bit dicey because his minions can remove negative effects from him. The eye, if they are still alive, and they are very fast by default at 10. Fetus, the Abyssal Fetus could easily die to a 10 damage poison move like that, bypassing his talent, defensive talent. Probably poison wouldn't do much. Single target poison against third boss. And poison is usually terrible against the last boss, since he can just um, him and his crew can just at first he will just use his poison cure syringe that he has in his own backpack, and that would turn all the poison you did into heal against for a single monster of his. But if you still keep applying poison, he also has 2 milk items, and those will cure all debuffs on any monsters he selects. He will only use milks if one of his monsters is asleep. And even then, not always. Or if there are 5 debuffs applied to his monster. That's like his threshold, at which point he will use the milk to cure his monsters. So once you deplete those, only then poison would be effective against the last boss, which in my book it's pretty much the same as if you could live this long while applying this many debuffs, including poison, and you probably would have won anyway, whether you had poison with you or not. So in the end, that still makes poison bad against the last boss. So yeah, I'm not sold on the poison plan yet, but I will need to give it more tries. I would definitely see myself using poison against the Colossus. That seems like one of the best targets for it. Though you probably still need either to kill him in time or have a sleeping move to interrupt his primal rage that would have cured all his poison and hit you for an absurd amount of damage. That's one of the reasons why sleeping moves are often so important against the Colossus, because you don't have many tools for dealing with him if he selects the primal rage move and you already applied lots of debuffs to him. If you let him execute this move and don't interrupt him, or run away with the smoke bomb, which lets you retreat your entire team on the board, or tank it with the effects like the defensive or the fortress, then all your remaining team on the field will be hit by this gigantic attack, and you might even suffer three dead monsters. But if you can interrupt this attack, then it's not, and then or kill him before this attack finishes, and then poison is good. Oh well, we will see if I can do the poison plan in the next 3 runs from now. Catch you later.